Okay, here we are for video number 2. Here we're going to learn a little bit about windows, doors, and more about using our tape measure in SketchUp free. To be able to do this, I'm just going to continue drawing on this little house. This is a 20 by 40, 10-foot tall house with a 35 degree slope of a roof on both sides. We need to finish our eaves. So to be able to do that, we need to have a tape measure tool to provide some guidelines. Okay, you can see the tape measure over here. Once again, the hotkeys are T for tape measure. When we select that, we need to select it on edge, okay? Be careful not to grab in the center where it's blue at the midpoint because it will make the tape measure act a little funny. We'll talk about that in a later lesson. Grab on your red line. If you'll drag down to where it's pink, okay, that's going to show you that you're going to be parallel from that surface. Then type in 6, enter. Do the same thing over on this edge, type in 6, enter. Now we have guide points that will allow us to draw our soffit and our bar drafters, okay? Then we need to go over here to the bottom by using the L tool or the line, and we're going to finish drawing out this section. Follow it to the green axis on edge, click and release the mouse button. Do the same again vertically. You should see a blue line, and we're going to stop there at that guideline. Then we're going to take it all the way to the top of the other intersection. Okay. Now, we need to start the L button again because it's still got a line attached. So we're going to hit the L button, start on this corner, use it on the green axis, click on the edge, start again there, go up on the blue axis, and then click the top. Okay, now that we have all that drawn, now we can use the E for eraser and erase everything that we don't need. Then we're going to use the push and pull feature. Click and release one time. Now you can do several things. You can actually enter a function here of 16 inches because that's what the offset was that we did earlier. Or you can just hold the tool and it will flush it up with the same distance that that face is. Okay, and that's what we have done. Now, because the face was already there, it eliminated, so we need to put it back. To put it back, all we need to do is to redraw any line on that particular face and it will show back up. Those two lines that you see don't need to be there. We're going to use the E for eraser and we'll erase those. Pretty simple. The tape measure feature operates very, very easily. We'll also do this. We're going to add a door to the front using the T for tape measure. We'll start on this edge. And if we want that edge to be, say, 12 foot from that left-hand side, we can type 12 foot, enter, and it will give us a guide point. And then if your door needs to be off the ground, you can do it the same way and do 8, enter. And type a rectangle for R, click and release, drag it up this direction, and then you can enter the dimensions that you want. Here we're going to go 6 foot 8, comma 2 foot 8, enter. Now we have a door. Use the E and erase those guidelines. Simplest way just to make a door. We're not going to make a 3D door. So we're just going to do an offset. Select this face, hit F. Which edge do you want to offset? This one, click and release. Move it out to enter. Then we can do the same offset, but this time we're going to go inside, 4, enter. Okay, now we'll use a new feature. It's the move tool. This one's kind of hard to understand, but if you'll click on that bottom line, make it blue, then we're going to hit M for move. We're going to grab it right at the center where it turns blue at the midpoint. Now we can move that all over the place, but if we'll raise it up and notice it says on blue axis, we'll just type in 32, enter. Okay, now we have created a door in our building. Same thing with the window. Now we'll go from the right side. We'll use T for tape measure. We'll guide it over here, and we'll do, say, 3 foot from the edge. Now, most windows need to line up with the door. So we can take it up here and we can type in the coordinates, so the measurement that we want off the floor, or we can use the tape measure and hold it at a specific point that you want to match up. So here we're going to do right there on that first one that we did. Then we can use a rectangle to draw our window. Hotkey R, click at the intersection, and then once we have our direction going, we can type in the coordinates. We're going to say 5 foot tall window by 2'8" wide. And we'll go ahead and use our selector tool, the space bar, select that face, F for offset, click on the edge, 2 inches. We'll use the E to erase our guide points. And then just to make it look like a double hung window, we'll use the L tool. Notice that SketchUp Free, when I put it down on there and go down or up, it will automatically find the midpoint, which makes it so much easier. You can come over here. Now you can see we have a window and a door. The last video I promised I would show you how to use some of the materials. So we have materials over here. It's that little cube with the 5 boxes on the front of it. When you start out, it's probably going to give you colors. If you'll notice the little search bar there, you can click on all kinds of different things. It'll open up a new tab for brick. We can put brick on our building, different colors. You can actually shade the colors. You can put vinyl siding on your project as well. Notice that there's asphalt and shingles. Where are the shingles? Synthetic surfaces, roofing. You can put metal roofs on the top. You can do shingles. There are a lot of different options. Complete plan drawing and fairly simple as long as you spend a little bit of time and work on your hotkeys. I realize that I'm going kind of fast. I want to try to cover as much information I can in such a short video. The next video that we go over, we're actually going to talk a little bit about valleys, hips and valleys, and different pitched roofs. So hopefully you can join me for that one too. Thanks a lot.